Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're taking a look at the Piemonte. This is the super Italian cruiser, and well, this is what it does. It absolutely annihilates enemy destroyers. But not just destroyers, cruisers, battleships, does not matter. Piemonte is absolutely ridiculous. 254mm main guns means we have 67mm pen on this SAP, and insane pen angles. So that's like 15k off that poor St. Louis. We also get some submarine surveillance. That combined with SAP is a very nice way to deal with submarines. Piemonte is a very powerful ship that is only limited by its ability to have ships spotted in front of it. That's it. Assuming enemy ships are spotted in front of you, they just simply disappear. This is 5 hits only out of 12. That was still 10,000 damage. Saonsonetti here giving us a Confed buff. Piemonte's main upgrades over something like Venezia primarily comes down to armor as well as this shell caliber. The alpha damage here is just absolutely absurd. It's well over 8,000 alpha damage when you're taking heavy HE and SAP, which results in a bit of a lighthouse build. Tell me if you've been here before. Running lighthouse builds, trying to make it work. You're pushing in, you're spotted, you get shot at. If you turn away, well, you're showing broadside. That's bad. Well, with Italian ships, you get an exhaust smoke generator. So we could just push in, if we get shot at, avoid those shells, and then smoke up and turn away. It's very easy to play a lighthouse build with these Italian cruisers. We also get close to the fight where we can hopefully deal with the submarines and destroyers. This is a main feature of this line, is their ability to deal massive damage to these very, very small ships that dictate a lot of the spotting and cap contesting engagement. We want to get close. With a lighthouse build, that's kind of tricky at times, which is why we want to be using our smoke screens somewhat aggressively, or at least I like to use one early game quite aggressive to try and push up. And there is the submarine dealt with. Now, it's not just about SAP, of course. The AP here is surprisingly solid. 254 is, well, it's like Castilla, but just better pen on these shells. If you can Citadel, it is worth using, but only then. It's a bit of a gripe I have with SAP overall, but it's not really worth swapping ammo type unless you can pretty much guarantee Citadels. The SAP just has such high alpha damage and amazing consistency. It's really not worth swapping over most of the time, but it can be. Now, at its peak, the SAP, this is a nearly full health Sherman, that is now gone. That's 10 out of 12 hits. We still had 2 more shells there. Absolutely filthy what you can do to enemy destroyers. Now that's point blank range, I know, but a 10k hit is not unreasonable even at 15 kilometers out of this ship into destroyers. That is a massive, massive change to how a destroyer has to play the game. And to be honest with you, this ship is a little bit frustrating to play against. I talked about this a little bit with the Jacksonville when it comes to divisions with that ship. The Essex plus radar destroyer smoke-botted div, right? Pretty frustrating to deal with that. That's in a div, though, which doesn't happen all that often. Piemonte, just on its own, has a very frustrating playstyle to fight against. The armor here is particularly great. 40mm upper belt deck armor means you're not dealing with overmatch from enemy battleships. You have a lot of armor against smaller caliber HE, so they're shattering a lot of the time. Your superstructure isn't that big, so for them to try and farm you, it's tricky. And reminder, every 15 to 18 seconds, they're dealing with 10 to 20,000 damage hits from your SAP that is very, very difficult to angle to. This Annapolis here is at a 15-degree angle, although opening up to around 20 by the time these land. We don't even get the best dispersion. That's fine. It's still 16k. This is the problem I find with this ship, is fighting against it, you are just going to take 15 to 20k hits on cooldown. 10 to 20, let's say. Maybe that's on the high end, I suppose, but that is what it feels like. And that's not a very fun ship to fight against. To play, though, I mean, it's amazing consistency. It is absolutely incredible consistency. In this one, we're playing more passive, I guess we could say. We want to push up using islands, or if it's open water, we use our smoke like I did in the previous clip, and then we turn away. We stay angled to the enemy team, just spamming SAP at them. And what can they really do against that? Not a whole lot. They got to get quite fortunate to find the overmatchable portions of our bow and stern section. But at the end of the day, we have over 60,000 HP on this ship with exhaust smokes to get away from bad situations if we get pressured. And then, of course, we get a ton of healing on top of that. It's a very difficult ship to deal with. Of course, this makes it an incredible ship to play. In this one, we're not playing the flank. We're just playing middle of the map, pretty standard positioning here. Anything that gets spotted, we're spamming SAP at. DD gets spotted on the flank. We're going to try and go for that as well. You don't need to get in a very particular position to make this ship work, which is quite nice, to be honest with you. This ship has plenty of range, especially with the Saonsonetti buff, getting us over 20 kilometers of range there. That's on the first kill that you get. But even base, 18.7, more than enough, especially for a ship that is this well armored. And if you want to run full concealment, it's not too bad on that department either. Pretty far shot into that Katsonis. We missed the first one. Couple shell hits. You don't even have to hit that many, and you're taking them out there. We have torpedoes, 4 per side. These don't do a ton of damage, but they go 13.5 kilometers, so you still have to watch out for them if you are pushing into this ship. Not the best firing angles on them, though. Valparaiso pushing into us, notably a very powerful tier 9. It's still going to just eat massive damage from us. I think we could out-damage its heel, potentially. That would be interesting. Don't think we quite get to that in this clip, if I'm remembering correctly. But just the amount of damage we can push through into upper belts. I mean, rear turrets alone, that's 10,000 damage. I swapped to the AP just in case he was going to go flat broadside, get an opportunity. But then we get the bounces. Why did I swap? Bit of a misplay. So we'll go back to the SAP. He's well angled here, 15 degrees and turning in. I mean, we're still getting the full pans and a small shatter, but none of the bounces, right? SAP has technically ricochet angles like AP. But unfortunately, it's 70 to 80 degree ricochet angles. Standard AP is 45 to 60. So you don't even start to check if these are going to bounce by the time AP is auto bouncing. Even improved Des Moines pen angles aren't even close to this. It's just so consistent, which makes it great to play, but not so great to play against, unfortunately. We've dealt with the enemy push here, and it's now time for us to push back in. With our range, we do good damage at these longer ranges. Again, our pen doesn't change over these longer ranges, and in fact, it's a lot easier to deal damage at range because of some plunging fire. We start to take advantage of that. Although not as much as the mainline Italian cruisers, as this ship gets very, very nice shell velocity. 15 kilometers, it's 7.2 seconds, and even out to 20 kilometers, it's 10.5 seconds. That is pretty easy to lead, especially when you don't have to worry too much about where these shells land. Just aim generally into the center mass, and you're going to be getting a lot of damage. Pushing in requires you, of course, to be mindful of enemies on your broadside. And this ship does have a vulnerable broadside. This is, in my opinion, a nice characteristic. The ship has a large exposed citadel, though it is behind some layers of turtleback. I believe it's a 30mm turtleback, so a lot of the battleships at this tier will be overmatching it, and it's not at the best angle, so it's not going to ricochet that often. A lot of the times with a little bit of plunging fire, the shells will go right through it anyway. So I like that design, that it is a vulnerable broadside, but angled, it doesn't take as much damage. The problem is that it doesn't really follow those rules on the offensive end. On defense, sure, it's nice to see that, but when dealing damage, it doesn't really care about your angle, of course. We are triple capped here, a close game. We absolutely love to see it. We've done a lot of work into this one. We've used 2 heals so far. We're on half HP, and we have 2 smokes remaining. So we can use those smokes defensively or offensively. Sometimes you can use a smoke to just get a cap, right? Even with a lighthouse build, doesn't matter. You can just walk into a cap, assuming you're not firing your guns. We got like a 11 kilometer smoke firing detection range. It's not going to work in this scenario, but you can just grab a cap like that. And sometimes I will do that because that's necessary for the win. This GK at close range, it's got 406s or the 420s, but same difference for overmatch characteristics. We take like 1,000 damage. The armor here is very good when angled and they're hitting your upper belt. If we angle in too much, directly bow in, suddenly a lot of that damage is going to hit our bow section and our superstructure, and we're going to take a lot more damage, as you will see against this main. What I was hoping to do here was get behind this island for some cover, and then start firing at this main. Our Hanover is doing his best on this alternate angle, and while we don't worry that much about ships angling to us, it's still nice to catch those broadsides, of course. Unfortunately, we don't have the best AA with Piemonte, so I do have to push forward to avoid these carrier strikes. Yeah, that's like 15k in from the main there. Main is a very good, strong battleship, amazing guns, so makes sense we take quite a bit of damage there, but still relatively well armored. A lot of the other cruisers would eat a lot more damage there, I think, or similar at the very least. He's probably going to get another salvo into us. There is no option of using our smokescreen at the moment just because we're hydroed. Otherwise, I definitely would be. I would not have shot, and I would have been using my smokescreen. But that's not going to work. I'm trying to show more broadside. Doesn't work here. He knows to aim a little bit higher into the upper belt there, superstructure, and maybe some of that bow section. I'll show you the armor towards the end, but there are some vulnerable points there. But we do live. We managed to live. We got another heal, and crucially, 2 smokes, and that hydro is going to run out sooner rather than later. We run prop mod here for situations like this one where we just need to accelerate. Torps out for the Napoli, we find the Benham, and any small error that you make against this ship just gets massively punished. So Benham not quite aware that I had the angle, and we just instantly get him there. That's our Confed buff, which is going to buff our reload here. The hydro is out, so now I can use my smoke screen to hopefully get away. Torpedoes on the Napoli, we pop our heal, and now we can try to turn away. I want to make sure I get this turn done before the heal runs out. We'll grab the cap, and now I don't want to shoot just yet for the GK. I want to wait until I am angled, though he goes for blind fire, so we may as well fire our guns anyway. He gets the Citadel, but we managed to take him out in return. Over 300,000 damage and 4 kills so far. I waited a long time behind this island, hoping the main would get spotted by the carrier, but it's getting late enough in the game that I do want to greed for a little extra damage. We'll smoke up right away. As soon as he fires, slow down and turn away. And now we can do some smoke fire. So I'm running full lighthouse build, and maybe this is something Wargaming could look at, but with a full lighthouse build, it does not, which by the way is making our concealment worse to gain benefits like this reload buff, top grade gunner, 8% faster reload when an enemy ship is within our detection range. It's just max DPM. It doesn't impact our smoke fire range, so we still have an 11.2 kilometer smoke fire range. And this is why, it's another reason why it's just so much easier to run these lighthouse builds on ships with smokes, especially exhaust smokes like this. You can use them defensively or offensively. They're a great tool for you to get in a lot of extra damage or get yourself into or out of very aggressive positions. I really enjoy the smokes. I'm very happy that this ship does get these smokes, even if I'm not the biggest fan of SAP in this game. Of course, we also can just farm over islands undetected. This is also just available to us. Plenty of island cover, creative positions you can get into, where you don't have to rely on the solid armor that this ship has or those smoke screens. We've used up all those consumables to help us stay alive in this one, really maximize what this ship is capable of. And in the closing seconds, I do think we will manage to grab the Kraken here. We started farming this main on 304,000 damage, so we managed to get 60k into him there right at the end. Kind of wild, just the speed at which this ship can pump out damage. And that damage is not really all that counterable, except for not being within the gun range of this ship, unfortunately. It is really unfortunate the way SAP is in this game. I really hope Wargaming takes a look at it sometime. There's the armor, maybe not holding up as much as I would have liked in that situation at least, but SAP shouldn't have higher alpha damage in my opinion than AP. I think that's the biggest problem here is we have most of the consistency of HE while dealing more damage than AP. What was that? Just 17k into the upper belt of a Rhode Island? It's tough. We get into a little bit of a problematic situation here. We're caught bow in. This is normally a death sentence for a cruiser, forced to do this flat broadside, easy to predict turn. Doesn't matter because we have this smokescreen. And now, just a little bit more on dealing with this ship. A poor Henry. This is a very large, old cruiser, but I did want to show just the amount of damage we can do. That salvo was just over 10,000 with just 2 of our turrets. it's really difficult to fight this ship as a cruiser. It's very difficult to get spotted and shot at by this ship in a DD. It is absolutely a game ender. But even as a cruiser, a solid farming cruiser, like Henry has good guns. He's doing 2,000 damage while we're dealing 10,000+ damage in return. Those are not trades that you want to be making. Piemonte is a very, very powerful cruiser in this game. One of the best super cruisers, certainly for damage output. While it may be lacking a bit in the battle impact, like it doesn't have the radars or anything like that, just the sheer damage output that it has can win a lot of games solo. It is a tank as well relative to other cruisers. I found it much tankier even than Novosibirsk, though if you saw that video, notably that ship felt quite weak in its armor layout, especially when I was comparing it to Petra. But even Piemonte felt quite a lot better than it, while retaining the ability to smoke up as well all the time. And when we're playing a live game here, let's talk about lighthouse builds and how it is challenging with 17 kilometers of detection here. We want to be using islands, right? Like, if we can get up to an island and turn away, it's a lot better than if we have to do that open water, obviously. But we have the ability to do that open water with this smoke. That is the power, is I don't have to make it to this island to turn away safely. If we get into trouble, I can do it more open water. We are spotted now. So here comes some shots. Alaska, sure. We'll angle into that one. I want to push up and help my DD with the cap. Let's just pretend like our DD is going to come with us. I hope. I hope. Jacksonville, sure. So some problems with that. We do have, unfortunately, a small game with not very many battleships. But I suppose Alaska has dangerous enough guns some of the time. That is a lot of damage from that Jacksonville. Pretty scary ship to deal with for us. And I will smoke. We are lit still. Interesting. Okay, so I might get caught here. Yeah, the destroyer's in the cap. So this could hurt. Like I said, we do have a vulnerable hull to citadels. We get lucky. We get lucky. So if we had been, like, if our DD had also been pushing up here and, like, spotted the destroyer as he pushed in, we would have had a very nice one-shot opportunity on him. But we don't. Now that we've used our smoke, it's time to turn away. When we don't have our smoke up, that means we don't have our kind of get-out-of-jail-free card, right? And that's quite the problem. It means that, yeah, like, there's a Valparaiso right in front of us. I was not expecting him here. So this is quite bad. We certainly have to turn away. Our smoke's going to last a little bit longer, so I'm actually going to use it to hopefully not get spotted too soon here. And then turn our guns to the other side. That's the goal here. Now, he's going to try and secondary us. His secondaries are just lighting fires for the most part. His main guns, I'm not too worried about. We should be able to bounce these if they do hit us. Yeah, there you go. Jacksonville is the main damage dealer, of course. So I'm actually going to turn and swap my guns to the other side. So in a situation like this, there's no difference between a lighthouse build and a conceal build as far as your getting spotted, taking damage, that kind of thing. The big difference here, though, is that we have insane rudder shift. This is why it's really fun to take a lighthouse build, is because you can weave through a lot of the incoming damage here. So let's get all of our guns off on this Jacksonville. Again, like I said, he's the main threat. I'm not too worried about the Valparaiso. The fires are annoying. We will damage control that, but look at the damage just pouring in on this Jacksonville. We looked at that ship recently. It's a very, very good ship, but every just 2 turret salvo is another 10,000 damage coming in, is what it feels like. Unfortunate, we get lit on a double fire right away, and that is on our bow and stern somehow. It happens. It happens. It's okay. And he is going to go dark. Understandably so, because our ship is just that good. Fires, reminder, are 100% healable. Oh, I got the triple fire now. That's unfortunate. But we used the damage control on a double fire that was pretty early on in their use case. So I'm okay with that. It's not like we don't ever want to be using our damage controls. It's getting a lot of fires, though, I will say. Don't think Valparaiso is quite able to do that normally, but that's okay. Let's send out the torpedoes. And just keep farming this guy. It's a small game. Our team is doing well. Our Roussillon kited to the same spot as us. So he's not getting the best shots in, but we're still getting good damage. And now that we're outside of the Valparaiso secondary range, we should be able to do a ton of work here now. Although our Tromp gets spotted. So a weird game, but that's okay. That's okay. Weird games happen. And Piemonte is more than capable of doing good work in them. Okay, a little less damage there. Alaska. That's a lot of range on an Alaska. Range mod? Interesting. We have outnumbered active. Huge. That gives us 10% better dispersion. So that's pretty good on something like a Piemonte. And we're on low enough HP that we're getting a very nice reload buff here too. Usually you're like at an 18-second reload, something like that. Not here. It's like 15, which is absolutely crazy. That's not too much damage. Alaska is going to be after us, but he's so far away. Valparaiso really, really wanting to get within secondary range. We're just not going to let him. 5,000. I kind of missed there. That's okay. He's slowing down, actually. Interesting. He's slowing down and still shooting. I would have assumed he would have slowed down and gone dark. I mean, look at that. That's 10 hits, bow on, superstructure like that. You just pinpoint exactly where you want to hit, and that's where you go. With outnumbered, this is just standard accuracy. This is no, like, destroyer dispersion. But look at the damage. He's fully angled. That's not bounces. It's a shatter on his turret is what happened there. Absolutely filthy what SAP does. And this caliber of SAP, too. It feels a bit like you're running a Colombo at times. You're not a Colombo. It almost feels better because you're shooting more often and still getting the massive hits. You have much better maneuverability. It's insane. This ship is absolutely crazy. If you like Venezia, you're gonna love this ship. They buffed it a while ago too. Perhaps that's part of why it's so insane these days as well. We got our range buff now, so that's again why we don't really need the range. We're trying to get those shots in on destroyers early, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh, the damage. The damage is crazy, guys. You're gonna do a full turn or you're gonna ground. I'm not sure. The ship is fast as well. So we kited this one away, got caught by a Valparaiso, Jacksonville. We managed to live it because the armor is very good. And now we're fast enough that we can get back into the fight relatively quickly too. So this isn't one where you're so slow that you commit to a play and then you can't back out from it or you can't reposition from it. This one is more than capable of repositioning quickly, which I like, which I really like. Now let's talk about positioning here. I think our Des Moines is in a bit of trouble. Hopefully he can survive it. We want to help our Valparaiso if we can, because that's closest, obviously. But I really do want to go get to the fight on the other side as well. I'm not expecting this Jacksonville to stay spotted for too long. I would expect him to get behind an island and farm the Valparaiso with the Z42 doing the spotting for him. So it's not like we're going to get a whole lot done over here. Yeah, there's the Z42. We don't have the angle right now, but we'll get it soon. I don't like that the Roussillon is running right next to us. Usually I want a little more room to maneuver. Oh, if he makes that turn. I would like to be pushing in a little bit more, but this Roussillon's kind of in the way for us. Yep, 5 full pens. It's a lot. We'll just slow down and turn in, let him go. Because now we're out of Jacksonville range to be able to help on that fight. Valparaiso's barely living. Oh, and guess who gets spotted? Oh no! Oh no, he wasn't expecting the Valve to come around the corner. I rushed that shot there. That was quite bad, but that's okay. If he stops there, we're gonna get him. He's not stopping. Yeah, he's gonna go down. Okay, destroyer dealt with. Huge. The Valparaiso lives. Let's turn in. Make sure we don't eat the very obvious torps. Our team has done a good job on the other side. We're also very focused on not using our last heal, okay? Maybe it looks weird, but We only have one left. We're not going to get another one. So why would I use it when I'm actively benefiting from being on lower HP at the moment here? We can use this AR buff to help us deal more damage and maybe bait the enemies into taking engagements with us, thinking they can finish us off. And then we have in our back pocket one final heal. Jacksonville is spotting us. He's probably out here somewhere. We'll get the cap though. I would expect him to have gone like this. Izumo is getting in range, so I'm actually going to swap over to that. And if we get shot at by the Jacksonville, then we'll swap back to him. And the Izumo is taking a lot of damage, understandably. Tier 9s, it's tough, man. It's tough out here. I haven't talked about it too much in this video, but Tier 9 into super ships is just so brutal. It's so difficult. Jacksonville broadside on. Not worth swapping to the AP, though, still, because we're not guaranteed citadels. Certainly not at this this range. Izumo is the one spotting us, not the Jacksonville. There we go. Now it's Jacksonville. Kited Jacksonville versus Piemonte, eh? It's a bit tricky. For him, actually. That's the thing. Piemonte, if it looks at you, it's just ripping 10,000 off of you. Even with him being angled like this, assuming I aim well, it's just such massive damage. That was... okay, that was only like 5k. Wasn't as good. But still, nearly 200k in this one. Bit of a weird small game, but lighthouse example. Under pressure, Piemonte stands tall still. Jacksonville, Valparaiso push. Managed it just fine, actually. The ship is very insane. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but that is a 2. Getting your E's, and if you're clasping, Piemonte is absolutely insane. 2,300 is a 2. To get your E is a lot. It might be 2,800. It might be closer to 3,000 than you think, base XP average. Not that everybody's interested in clasping, but it is worth mentioning. The ship is very powerful. And I wanted to get one full game for you guys, so we managed to get some better matchmaker, although Essex, Shinano, blah, not exactly what we're looking for. We're going to play on the flank this time. We're going to try and go out here, this kind of thing. We don't necessarily want to play bow on island positions. That is not what this ship is good at. We can play more middle of the map, but in a situation where I spawn flank, I really value getting the flanking pressure on the enemy team. We're spotted very early, so that means that we will have to turn away more than likely. I don't necessarily want to burn a smoke early like this. We're not close enough to where I feel like I want to burn a smoke. Here is some AUP coming in already. By being spotted and shot at, a lot of the time you can gain a lot of intel for your team. Looks like my team is mostly focused on the A-cap though, so we may be playing a stalling game here. More than likely, that is what we're going to end up doing. So, patience. Patience. Play it a little further back. Enemy destroyers in the cap. Makes sense. Something else gets spotted. Send out the random torps, may as well. Our Yu Yang is pushing up. Good. And there's a Jaeger on this flank as well. The Jaeger here is interesting. Yu Yang too, obviously, but he was AFK. I don't trust it quite so much. What I'm curious about is if we can get some destroyers spotted. Yeah. Because Jaeger has great detect. YY could be a radar YY. And you notice how I went pretty far south here, and now I'm turned up a little sharper. This is because we have these islands to potentially cover us from incoming AP salvos. One hit was 2,700 damage, by the way. Wild stuff. So it is a Fletcher here. He's close enough that the Jaeger and YY should spot. We're playing spotted right now. That's fine. They might spot, shall I say. So that's what I want to wait for. Just a bit of patience. Oof. Our Yu Yang is going to go down, unfortunately. That's not great. Our Schlieffen has already gone down. I'm taking too much time here. I was hoping we would get the spot, but I'm taking too much time. Oh, wait. No, maybe not. He's engine boosted. No. He slows down, and I donk my salvo into the island. Feels bad. And now here's the Fletcher. I am going to smoke up because I'm kind of caught broadside in front of this island here. He is going to turn in. But yeah, this Conde is what I was worried about. Oh, he got the shot off, actually, the burst fire. We could go down here. He whiffed one. He whiffed two. Good. That could have been quite bad. So Essex appears to be on us. Is he going to... No, he's on the Jaeger for sure. We always go for that shot, though, even though it gets us spotted here, because we do like 11,000 and just one shot up. Oh my goodness. This ship, bro, this ship is so crazy. And now we should go dark here, maybe, to avoid the Essex. I'm not sure why the Essex is on us, of all things. We're so far out of this fight, but that's okay. Now, Conde. How much damage are you going to eat? 16,000. He's on the AP, sure. You can be on AP, that's fine. These trades are very, very favorable. His HE is going to hurt because he pens 40. Although it's not 17k. I need to have my DPM. So I know right in the border here. I know it's lame. But I need my DPM here. My team is in a little bit of trouble. Ouch, that hurt. Oh my goodness, 12k still, bow on. Crazy. He's doing a lot to us too. Wisconsin's not looking, so I think we're good to get off the border here. Yeah, really unfortunate that the carrier's on us. This ship notably does have pretty terrible AA. Which is, you know, unfortunate. Carriers are a pretty big problem in this game. And this ship does not do particularly well against them. All right, Mr. Conde. There we go. We avoid some of that salvo. Oh, 8,000 is crazy. He's still not looking at us. Good. I think I can swing and avoid that. Good. Can I swing and avoid this one too? No way. Oh my goodness, we're dancing around his shells. We missed that one though. I think Wisconsin is turning to look at us, so we will get one shot off. And then angle. Because I'm worried about the Wisconsin salvo. Got 8,000 there. This still might be a trade. Unfortunately. Although, Jaeger Torps? Nice. He gets some big. Actually huge for us. I didn't dodge this one, though. Oh! Damage control. Good. 400 HP remaining. We get the heal. Big. Big for us. YY? Sure. Sure. Okay. I can't believe we're alive. Oh, 17 at 19 kilometers. I think he's gonna accelerate, so we'll go for that. We have a smoke now. Oh, just missed. Let's go there. Wisconsin's not looking at us still. Good. Got to get closer to this fight to really impact it. There we go. Good hit. Our Jaeger helped us out. We got to help a bro out too. Help him out back. Sure, he turns in. That's fine. We actually go dark, so he doesn't know. Let's go there now. 6. Oh, the damage is so crazy. It's actually just so insane, the damage. Though I unfortunately went behind the island too far, and now I don't have a great look into this Yu Yang. That's a problem. But maybe I can surprise him? We're lit. That's bad. You're there? Wait, how did you get caught by me? That kills, right? Yes, it does! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, how are we alive, guys? How are we alive? Okay, our team is not done so hot. That's to be expected against a div, you know, with an Essex, that kind of thing. It's very powerful. Now let's go after the Wisconsin.
Smoke generator started.
I will gladly use my smoke. Get some free damage in, get us closer to our next heal. Didn't mention that yet, but smokes are excellent for getting us closer to our next heals. And this play also allows me to stay more bow in to get towards the decap. Very, very powerful. We definitely need to get to the cap, by the way. 8,000, not bad. Yeah, we need to get into... Sorry, decap. I meant decap, not A-cap. Ooh, only 7,000 on that one. Our main is broadside onto the Wisconsin. That's bad. We need to help out on that engagement. Ideally, we don't lose our main here, but we might. He's very, very broadside. 8,000 again. He's getting saturated. Okay, we're gonna... Next Wisconsin shot. We probably lose main. But maybe my shells get in time. Nope. Oh, main angled in. Let's go. 10k. I can do that. I go... well, you know what? To be fair, I did say 10k. I said 10k. That's on me. Essex there is hilarious. That ship is so busted. Oh my goodness that you can just do that. All right, we need to get this cap and then hurry to maybe the B cap? A lot of time left in this one. I really hope our main can help on that carrier engagement. They rammed! That's actually hilarious. Carriers are very funny. We'll try some long-range SAP, but it's not looking so good for the poor main. And actually, Vampire smokes up. That's fine. All right, speed up. Let's go. Got to get to the next cap. That's our play. Palau spotted is curious. Very curious. Oh, I shouldn't have blind fired it. That's my fault.
Torpedoes to port.
Oh well. Carrier's out of planes now. We win if nothing changes. Vampire 2 is going to get into the cap on C. But what's going to happen also is I will get into the cap on B. So I think that evens it out. Close game, guys. We love close games. So I'm including both of these. This is a long video. I hope you guys are enjoying. Once we're done here, we're probably just going to send it down towards the C cap. I will, however, keep an eye out for the submarine fight here. Yep. Vampire is within the C cap. Shinano saved his planes for spots, which I do like. Man, I kind of messed up by not killing the sub there. All right, let's go. Time to go. Carrier is out of planes. Submarine not popping up just yet. So the danger here is Vampire torps right now. Good. He's still staying below. Vampire's not aware. Hello. Slow down and turn in. I don't think he got the angle for us. Don't think so. Allows going under. Let's go grab the cap. Yes, yes, yes. A close game, ladies and gentlemen, a close game. We love close games around here. We absolutely love them. I am not getting that shot, unfortunately. And my ASW is not close enough, but that's okay. Send it into the cap. It's okay. We don't need the Kraken. And the Bilal gets him. Well done. Well done. Ooh, that was a fun one. That was a really fun one. I will say, though, I did play a lot of Piemonte, and especially at the start, it wasn't all as fun. A lot of passive games, a lot of blowouts often happen at Super Ships tier. Close games like this one are very rare, which is why I'm very happy with this one. But close games like this one are quite rare, so we gotta really enjoy them while we have them. Yeah, and it's all sap damage. It is all sap damage. 400 HP, guys. Whew. Imagine if we didn't live that. Let's talk armor. 40. This is key here. 40. This is why the ship feels so tanky. But also note how large this section of Piemonte is. Overmatchable. Yes, you do have some icebreaker that helps you against getting overmatched Citadel through your bow at close range, but at longer ranges, plunging fire can hit here. Happened a couple times. Stern section as well does not even get the icebreaker. So in a kited position, if you overmatch, this is in the way, you should try to aim for the Citadel because it is above water. It is above water, and this is overmatchable. Another reason why it's nice with a lighthouse build, because you get a 7.6 second rudder with an 8-10 meter turning circle radius. That helps a lot. Dance around some shells. It's just sap, guys. This is a cool ship. I like it a lot. It's just sap is the problem. It's just too good. It's just simply too good an ammo type. It's not just Colombo. It's not just battleship sap. It's cruiser sap too. And in some ways, I also think just DD sap as well. It's just not a fun ammo type to fight against. It's far too consistent for the alpha damage it has. It's got 90% of HE consistency while having AP alpha damage, or higher in this case. Look at that. It's so much higher. Anyways, here is the lighthouse build. It's hard to play, okay? It is hard to play, but it is quite fun and not too bad on a ship like this one, I don't find, thanks to having this beautiful smoke screen to allow us to push in more aggressively than we should be able to while getting spotted all the time, and be able to make that turn away that is usually a turn that results in getting dev struck if you're not in a smoke screen keeping you undetected at full speed. You can definitely run the conceal build, play a little more conservative, and the ship does very well, because surprising people with 15 to 20k sap salvos is extremely powerful, as it would turn out. But that's going to do it for today's video on Piemonte. Unsurprisingly, this ship is still insane in 2026. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.